And just so that you know, Bill, I was looking at some CSG rates actually this morning, and they look good everywhere.
Well, I think you're being modest, and I love your modesty. You know, that's really, they don't look good. They look really, really hot. Good morning, insurance agents of the senior market. Welcome back to another episode of Near and Far. It is Friday, July 30th. Hope you're getting ready for a great summer weekend. I know that I am, as well as my good friend Kelly Rayburn, who is joining us this morning, the National Sales Director with Medico. Kelly, are you ready for a big summer weekend?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this weekend. This is going to be a big weekend.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what is more exciting is what's on the other side of the weekend, and that is the launch of the new Medico Medicare Supplement product. You and I have been working together for a very long time, and I don't think I've ever been this excited about product that you guys are bringing to market. So it's really interesting, I think, the approach that your product team has taken to this build, specifically with the rating approach, because most of the time you'll see that the most competitive rates are built in more rural areas. But this one, I'm calling it to our sales team, the Medicare Supplement for the Medicare Advantage agent.
Mm-hmm, right. Yeah, this is a different type of rate approach that you'll probably see any carriers that are doing, but we had a lot of really smart people inside and outside of our company look at this type of approach, and we felt like it was the right one to take for Medico's basically relaunch of the new charter strategy that we have going on. So yes, it's going to focus mostly on the urban, suburban areas. And just so that you know, Bill, I was looking at some CSG rates actually this morning, and they look good everywhere.
Well, I think you're being modest, and I love your modesty. You know, that's really, they don't look good. They look really, really hot. I mean, and we're going to get into it, just a couple examples here from some of the initial launch states. But in terms of what's happening with this relaunch, there's a group of states launching on August 1st, which again, on the other side of this big hot July weekend that we've got coming up. But we've got states like Indiana, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, Kentucky. Ryan, I'm sure, will toss on the state product availability map as we're talking about it. But you got that group of states launching on August 1st, and then another wave of big Medicare supplement states coming behind it: Pennsylvania, Ohio, Texas. Just talk me through a little bit. What's that?
Don't forget Missouri.
Oh, no, Missouri is also another big one. But talk me through a little bit when you guys were sitting in the war room and saying, hey, we're bringing out new paper, how you came to the point where you said, we are going to attack metro areas with really large population bases with absurdly competitive MedSupp. How's that conversation work?
So really what we did is we put together a statistic of where the population lies within each state, right, in the cities in which people are living. So we noticed that there were larger cities that were out there, were underserved on the Medicare Supplement arena, and that's what most of the agents focused on in those areas, was that Medicare Advantage. So we wanted to bring the Medicare Supplement to those areas. There's a lot of people that have moved and have lived in those urban, suburban areas that are over the age of 65, and they've been really underserved from a Medicare Supplement standpoint, and rates have not always been favorable. So we looked at that. We looked at the population. We looked at some weighting tables that our great marketing partner Integrity brought to the table, and we started looking really deeply into those areas and realized that this was the direction that we needed to go.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. I mean, obviously, we do a lot of Medicare Advantage here at Neishloss Fleming, and our agents write a lot of that business. But I think that it's a misconception that metro areas are exclusively MA territory. Just because a lot of times it's a stylistic question. Yes, there's more Medicare Advantage product, more Medicare Advantage choices that are available in metro, but there are just as many people choosing MedSupp in the metro areas as they are our Medicare Advantage. So I think it's great to see what you guys are doing. Why don't we drop into I pulled 3 rate examples that I wanted to talk to you about real quickly, about some absurdly good rates when I was running these rate tables for some of the August 1st states. How do you feel about that?
I think that'd be great.
Yeah. So let's start in your home state in Indiana. So I was pulling Indianapolis. We have so many agents we work with in that market. And for both Plan G and Plan N, some of these rates are just off the charts. I mean, I'm getting on Plan G with household discount. You guys are running a 10% discount in most of the states. 68 female at $90.19. You don't cross the $100 of premium on a Plan G in Indianapolis until you get to like 72 or 73. And in most of these age bands, they're $5 to $10 cheaper than number two. Not like 50 cents or a dollar, like $5 to $10 better in Indianapolis. Is anyone going to write anything else other than this product in the state of Indiana?
Well, I hope not. The plan is just to rate it as well as we possibly could in the areas that we're in, so that people are, I don't want to say discouraged, but agents are more favorable toward our Medico product. As you know, we're famous for our service, and we think that that's also something that agents are really excited about, is having a service-oriented company with a great rate involved in the areas that they can now serve. Something else too that's changed a little bit about the SUP rates in the states that we're going into is we've actually narrowed our area factors. So we are being able to offer these great rates amongst other areas, and that's what you're seeing in Indiana. We've narrowed our area factor, and so the rates are more favorable across multiple zip codes.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is Plan N. Our agents, for whatever reason, don't sell a ton of it. I mean, we get some of it, but it's not a huge focus for a lot of the agents that work with us. But the Plan N rates in Indiana are also pretty crazy. I mean, again, that's 68 female coming in at $70.04. It almost seems too good to be true. And if you guys weren't an A-rated company, I would be very concerned. But because of your financial strength as part of American Enterprise, I feel really good about the fact you guys are bringing a $70 Plan N rate into Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and think about being able to pair that with the new gold or platinum dental plans. Basically, an agent can go out and offer a complete comprehensive health package, both on the dental side and the Medicare supplement side, for about $100 a month. That's something that's it's super affordable for people to be able to purchase that. And that would be something that they're used to coming onto Medicare, maybe from their past experience with a company. Maybe they're just new to retirement, or maybe they've retired 5 years ago and are like, I didn't even know that I needed these two pieces on an individual basis. Now an agent can take Medico, wrap that health plan and that dental plan together, and give them, their client, what it is that they have been used to in the past.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Like, Melissa obviously joined me when the new dental plan launched, and we had a great session on it. You know, so many really cool pieces of that dental product. You know, and being able, like with Plan N, you know, you're going to come in under $100 with tremendous dental benefit and a solid MedSupp. You know, that's a really great package. So let's flip the page to Georgia, because I checked out Atlanta. We have a lot of agents that write a lot of Medicare Advantage business there, but I couldn't believe how good the Atlanta rates were. You know, I looked at G, and at $104 on 68 female, I think it was $8 to $9 better than the next best option. You guys, I think, are going to take Georgia over. I mean, the rates there are crazy good.
Yeah, they are really good. And this is the first time we've been in Georgia in a long time. We had quite a few partners that were begging us to go back into Georgia, and we realized that with the rates strategy that we have going on with this particular Medicare supplement, it made sense.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because we get a very interesting mix of Medicare supplement business in Georgia that, you know, it's an odd state in that regard in terms of what we look at, where we actually get a higher percentage of MA in what you would consider rural counties than we do in the city. And when I immediately wanted to look at Atlanta when I saw Georgia was part of the 8-1 launch states, the Plan N rates there are also incredibly good. You know, consumers who are jumping on that Plan N in the state of Georgia, they're not going to be paying $100 premium until they turn 75 years old. Which in comparison to the other product availability options that are out there, is just astonishing.
Yeah, Plan N it's a really great option, a MedSupp option for those that are mostly MA enrollees, right? People that may want to switch onto a Medicare supplement too.
Yeah. And the interesting thing that really became evident, Kelly, when I looked at the Georgia product was that the gap between Medico at number one and the number two price product in the market, the gap widened as you went from 65 to 68 to 71 to 74. You were like an Olympic sprinter pulling away, as you went down the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and with the 3 rate classes that we now are offering instead of the 2 rate classes, it can even get wider. So that we have the 3 rating classes now with the preferred, the standard 1, and the standard 2. So depending on where that client fits as far as what their health conditions are, whether they're a tobacco user, it could even make it a little bit even deeper. I'm not really for sure which ones you've pulled up there.
Yeah, no, I was pulling preferred rate class. And looking at that, because that's typically what most agents are looking at when they're kind of price it out. So last state I wanted to hit on, and again, I'd love to give you rate examples for every single city, but then we'd end up with a 2-hour-long YouTube video that people probably wouldn't make it to the end. But just to give agents an example of what we're looking at here, Charlotte, North Carolina, a lot of Medicare being written there, but we do have a pretty strong MedSupp agent base also in Charlotte. $90 and change at 65 and 68. And that's something interesting. You guys are also banding the rates from 65 to 68, but $90.63 on Plan G in downtown Charlotte seems to be a real killer.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. North Carolina, it's going to be a really interesting state coming out of the MedSupp gate for us because it's a very high MA. It's a very, as you pointed out, it's a very high MA state. We have great traction with our HI. So this is just going to round out that plan for agents to be able to offer one side or the other.
Yeah. So specifically with My Enroller, I think that's also an interesting, thing to talk about is the way the online application process is built. And I think we even talked about this during the product rollout, that it just keeps asking you, have you added dental? Do you want to add dental? Are you sure you want to add dental? Like the ability of My Enroller to help the agent position ancillary products through the sales process, I think is one that agents will really appreciate.
Oh, I do too. We're trying to make great strides in our technology package. We actually have a 8-quarter roadmap for our technology package, and we have 6 quarters left to complete what we want to get done. But we're trying to ask the agents to do the cross-selling, right? We understand that agents get very tired sitting at the table with their client or on Zoom or however they're doing their meetings, and they may just think, "Hey, look, I'll just go back and ask." Well, what's the chances of them really going back to do that asking, to be able to complement the products that they already have in that client's portfolio? It's very slim. So what we're trying to do is remind the agents to do the cross-selling. Plus, with our new products that are coming out, the MedSupp, we're also converting all of our other products over to an electronic application platform. So My Enroller is going to be the only way that they can submit that application. So the more we remind them, the easier it is to change that agent behavior to make sure they're offering a comprehensive package.
Yeah, and it's interesting when I talk to our agents that sell the most dental or hospital indemnity, like just those 2 product lines, and I ask, are you selling it at point of sale with the health plan, or are you circling back? 90% of those agents who are really writing that business in volume have said, if I think that I'm going to circle back, I'm just not going to do it. Right. It's a point of sale conversation, and I think too often agents are worried about screwing up the first sale, and then that's why they hesitate to do it. But at the end of the day, the folks that are really writing this business in volume, be it dental or hospital indemnity, they're writing it at point of sale with the health plan.
Right. Absolutely. We see the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. So got tremendous rates in all of these states. Again, being joined by Kelly Rayburn, National Sales Director with Medico, my very good friend. So Kelly, in terms of the Fast Start program, begins next week once sales can be submitted. It is probably one of the best Fast Start programs I've seen from any Medicare supplement product that's coming to market. Do you want to talk a little bit about the dollars that are available here for agents that they can earn between now and December 31st?
Yes, I do, and I kind of don't all at the same time because my pockets just got really deep, and it gives me goosebumps every time I start because I'm like, wow, I'm going to owe a lot of money to a lot of people. I already know that it's coming. So the Fast Start program runs between August the 1st to the end of the year. So August 1st to December 31st, 2021. We are paying per application. There's only 3 that need to qualify, and it's $150 for underwritten Medicare Supplement and $75 for OE and GI. So $150 for the underwritten, OE and GI are $75, and it's unlimited. It's not a per monthly qualification. It's just 3 submitted in that amount of time, that 5 months, to be able to make as unlimited incentive dollars outside of the commission. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't know how you guys got sign off for this program, but to your point, I really pity the person who has to sign the checks, because they're going to have a terrible hand cramp by the time we get to January. And the thing that really jumped out to me with the Fast Start program, it wasn't the $150 for underwritten. That's great. Like that's a really nice figure, but that's not mind blowing. It was the fact that, number one, it's 3 qualifying applications, not in a month, but over 4 months, the last, 5 months of the year. It's August through December. You've got AEP that's included in there, as well as the fact that you guys are offering Fast Start dollars on open enrollment and GI business, which is pretty wild. It's basically like Medico's saying, try us, you'll like us. We're gonna flood you with cash to write the statistically best Medicare supplement product coming up on CSG.
Yeah, there's no downside. There's no downside of earning, there's no downside of bonus, and there's no downside based on the rates. The product that we're putting out in market is awesome, and we are confident that the agents are going to love it. We're confident that their clients are going to feel secure with the type of health coverage that their agents are providing them. And so we want to be able to incent the agents for doing that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a tremendous program, and certainly the coffers are going to be empty by the time you get to January in terms of the Fast Start dollars. So I hope the budget was big enough on that one. So Kelly, before we close out, tell me this: if you were talking to our agents, which you are, on the show, and you were to tell them one thing that may not jump off the page to them about this Medicare supplement product that you're releasing, beyond the rates, beyond the Fast Start program, what's the one thing that you think you'd like for them to understand about the product that, may not be readily apparent when they first take a look?
I think it's important to understand not necessarily about the product, but about the company. Medico is as you had mentioned, it's an A excellent rated and best company. We tout ourselves on the service that we provide, not only the agent, but the clients that they're putting with us. We're a strong and stable company. And this particular product that we are putting out just shows that we're listening to the feedback from the field to understand what we need to provide for you to sell.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point, specifically to your service. I mean, we've worked with Medico, it feels like as long as I've been in the business, and I would say that when I've talked to agents about Medico before, I've said, listen, take all the insurance companies you worked with and say who were the nicest, kindest, easiest to work with group. That's Medico plus 10%. Like that's who the company is. And top to bottom, from the executive team to the folks that are answering the phone at agent support, everyone brings that to the table. So I think that's a fantastic point.
Yes, I agree. I think that I love the company that I work for. I think everyone is unique and authentic, which is not something that is readily available in the industry, I think. So.
Yeah, fantastic. So, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today. But more importantly, thank you for putting this incredible Fast Start program together for our agents to go out and write this super hot premium product. But again, we will be back with you on Monday, August 2nd for another episode of Near and Far. This has been Kelly. I'm Bill. We'll see you soon. Take care.